Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris. This is Chris Loves Lux, and welcome to the first day of Vidmas. For those that don't know what Vidmas is, it's the video form of vlogmas, because y'all, your girl is not a vlogger like that. I'm trying to, I got equipment, but child, okay, we're gonna see how many vlogs I can get in, but trying to vlog and get something up every day, that's a lot for me, considering that I got a whole full-time job, and there's some people that can do it with one. I'm not that person right now. So, but what I can commit to is dropping a video every day on a different subject or whatever. Today is about having a makeup tray for the month of November. I got this concept from another YouTuber influencer who I started watching a couple months ago. Love her channel. I want to say her name is Ariel. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Please forgive me if I'm not. Ariel Ash. I'm going to link her channel down in the description box below. But she does this every month to keep herself acquainted or reacquainted with the products in her collection, because she has so much. And I'm sitting here with drawers and drawers full of things, right? Full of makeup, and some of it I forget I even have until it's time to go declutter, and I'm like, damn, I never used it, or I used it once, etc. So instead of me constantly going to my go-tos, I chose 5 foundations. Now she uses a whole different number, and her reasoning behind things are a little different. But for me, I just did things in counts of 5. 5 foundations, 5 concealers, 5 bronzers, 5 highlighters, 5 powders, 5 blushes, but only 3 palettes, right? And you'll see why I only chose 3. But this is all I plan on using for the month of December. So this is going to be interesting. It's all right here in this little acrylic / plastic organizer. I didn't include primers because I only use 2. I only use 1 corrector now. Y'all know that. My Cali Ray is the only one that I put on. And I only use 2 sprays, right? And 1 eyebrow thing. So it wasn't necessary for me to get that deep. But this right here, this is where it's at. So we're going to jump right in. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you like the content. All right, let's get into this. All right, let's start with foundations. Okay. So the first foundation I want to show you guys is the Lancome Tint Idole Ultra Wear Foundation. This is in the shade 445N. Right? 445N. So, as you could tell, I haven't used this one. Now, this is a replacement from another one that I had decluttered. And it was a different shade. It was 495W. But I wanted to use the 445N instead. So I'm looking forward to diving in, because I want to say this might be a different formulation, because I know that Lancome made some changes. But and it got the nerve to say that it expired on December 2024, which already, October 2024, which already passed, child. But I hadn't even made the pump yet. So I'm going to still hold on to this, because y'all know that's a recommendation. And that happens because you have sunscreen. So anytime that your product has a sunscreen in it, it's going to have a very aggressive shelf life, because it's got sunscreen. So that's really the expiration for the sunscreen, not the foundation as a whole. I don't use this for sunscreen, so it's okay. The next one is an old one that I haven't used either. See? I bought this when they were changing the formula in the packaging. This is the YSL. Really? LYS is the other one. YSL All Hours Foundation. I used to love this. I actually decluttered my other one because it got too old. But when I heard that they were going to reformulate and discontinue this one, I bought this bottle and never used it. This is in the shade B70 Mocha. Again, you can't get this, but that doesn't mean that I can't use it. So I will be using this, especially on the days that I'm not filming, where I'm not worried about showing you guys a look that I'm using discontinued products. So I loved this finish. It was like red carpet ready finish. So I can't wait to dig back into this and reacquaint myself. This next one is Not a shock to, I mean, it might be a shock that I'm using it, but this has been one of Sephora's best foundation drops ever, the best skin ever foundation. I have the shade 50 in. Now, I've used this a couple of times, as you could probably tell, but then I put it away. And I loved it. I did not dislike it. So I said, why did I put it away? So you could tell I did use it, right? But let me pull it back out and see what's up. So that's what I pulled out. And number 4, it's a brand new bottle, y'all, because I just decluttered the other one, got old. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. This is old school. This is I'm hella matte day. And I need to look matte, and I need to stay matte all day. This is where I'm going to go to. This is 5N2 Amber Honey is the shade. I haven't used this one yet. Y'all know how this one goes, right? I haven't used it. I just shook it up though. But I have a pump. I just need to find the pump in the in a box and then change this to a pump, because y'all, I'm not pouring this out like that. I'm just not. But this is going to be, I know there's going to be holiday parties and things for work that I'm going to have to go to, or events. I'm gonna want to wear this, so that's why I pull that out. Now, y'all, I know we can't get this anymore, but I don't care. I'm wearing it. This is the Traceless foundation stick by Tom Ford in the shade 9.5 Warm Almond. I actually have this in 9.7 Cool Dusk. When I'm not tanned, I wear this. When I am tanned, I wear that one. But I said, you know what? Let me get back with the Tom Ford. Now, this looked like it might be the wrong color for me now, but that's because I still got a little tan from, well, when I'm filming this, I still got a tan. By the time y'all see it, it'll be a few weeks after I filmed this, but nonetheless, I'm just telling my secrets now. But I put this out here for me to see, to get some more use out of before it even goes bad too. So that's the 5 foundations that's in here. Next, I have 5 concealers, but 2 of them are just in the same, I'm counting them as one because it's the same brand, but 2 shades, because I wear both of them. And then this one is the Pat McGrath, which I haven't used in a long time. This is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfect Concealer. Now, y'all know I'm a Pat McGrath stan. These concealers are bomb. I have the shade M18 and M21. I used to have 4 shades, but I was like, y'all, I got so many concealers, and I said I did not need, so I just kept these 2 when I had, and I have a backup of one of them. I think the M18 I have a backup of, which is this lighter one here. But they're both light. They both are brightening shades. One is just a little more bright than the other. It depends on what powder I'm using that day, determines probably which one I would decide to wear. But nonetheless, I pulled them both out. This next one is the Huda Beauty concealer. I do love this concealer. It's in Praline, shade Praline 6.3, and the Full Filter Luminous Matte Concealer. I love the shade. It's great for my under eye, for brightening. And so I just put it in here. I've used this on occasion, but again, I don't want to get caught using my Natasha Denona every time, because I do love that concealer. Also, I have other ones that I truly love. I want to pay more attention and get more use out of these products. This next one wasn't a love for me, but after once, twice, I didn't pick it back up. I want to try it again. This is the Kosas concealer in the shade 8.1 Revealer. I want to try it again, and I want to try to get more acquainted with it. So that's why I put it on the tray for this month. We'll see. If I truly don't like it after I use it for the month of December, then I'll probably declutter it, because there's no reason for me to keep it if I truly I'm not feeling it. This next one, same thing. The Say concealer was not terrible at all. Wasn't my favorite formula. Wasn't something I disliked. But I also, this is another one I did not use that often. And you can kind of tell by the outside that it's not even really dirty, right? So I said, you know what? I'm going to stick this in here and I'm going to pay some attention to this. Now, this last concealer is a new one. I had to throw out the other one. It started to smell and I don't know why. I wasn't even that old. But this is the Best Skin Ever concealer by Sephora in the shade 35N. And you can see it still has the plastic on it because this one I just got a few weeks ago. So those are all the concealers. So since we're talking about concealers, let's talk about powders. So this powder, literally, I have to take the plastic off. Let me do that right now. This is the Sephora Micro Smooth Concealer in the shade 56 Mahogany. So, not concealer, powder. So this look bright. I mean, look a little bright for me. But I've had it for a long time and just never, oh my gosh, this broke in here. Look at that, y'all. I must have dropped this at some point. Yup, because it got a hole right here. Darn it. That's all right. But hopefully it's not dried out. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. But I can't wait to use it because a lot of people swear by this as like a finishing or something. I'm going to even try it under my eye, but I never tried this before. So that's why I put it in here. So it's this one. Then we have, ooh, child, look at that. The Sicily powder that y'all could tell is really messy. I used to use this, but then I stopped. It was so many powders and I love a good powder, but this is a great powder, but I don't pay attention to it. And y'all, this powder was like $100. So let me get my $100 way out of it, right? So I put this in here so that I can pay attention to the Sicily powder. Now, this powder is my most expensive powder. It's the small size of the big one. So y'all have heard me talk about this powder before. It comes together like so. This is the La Prairie powder. I bought this powder in 2020. I distinctly remember it because this shade is no longer available. This is the shade Translucent 3. I don't believe this is available anymore. I actually bought it from Harrods because it was on sale for $140, something like that. This is a $250. It might be more than that now, $260, $70 powder. Yes, y'all. So, but it is worth it. I don't use it enough, and that's a shame. Y'all can see that I have used it. This is the travel size one that you can take with you, and then you have the big size. But when you think about how much powder you actually get, so like if I was to, and I never opened this on purpose, because I said, no, because then you know it starts aging when you open it. But this has 40 grams. It's 40 grams of powder. This is another 10 grams. That's 50 grams of powder. The typical powder is not going to be, but what is this? 12 grams, right? So if this was $100 and something for 12 grams and I'm paying $250 for 50, I mean, do the math. We killing it, right? So anyway, I pulled the La Prairie out so that I can go ahead and use it. I pulled the Say powder out. Now, I've used this before and I did enjoy using it, but still went back to my one size, etc. I do like because you can just twist it open and close to keep it clean and from falling out. Now, this doesn't have a lot of product in it at all. This is only 4 grams of product. 4 grams. Okay, I want to say for $30 something, almost $40. 4 grams of product. That's all it is. But I'm going to use it. It's called the Air Set Radiant Loose Setting Powder. This is translucent medium, so it's not totally the really light color. Then we have another expensive luxury powder, Kokindo. It's a Korean or Japanese line. I've used this. This is very brightening. Whoop, y'all, I got powder everywhere. I'm gonna just go like that. But if I go, I don't want to drop none of this expensive powder, honey, because I want to say this was $100 too. So, y'all, when I tell y'all that I need to use my products, I need to use it. But you see that there? And then it does blur. Like, look at that. You see how that just blended right into my skin? It didn't make it bright or anything. I have to use my powders. That's it, and that's all. That's the story. This is the story right here. And it's just, it's so soft. So soft. Look, some dropped on my table. I'm gonna show you again. Let me show you somewhere like right here. Right? Y'all see that? You see the blurring effect that powder has? The cocoa powder is serious, and I need to start paying more attention to it. It even blurred my fingertips, gave me a little bit of a radiance too. Then we move into bronzers. So the first bronzer I'm going to show you, if I can get it out, is the Chanel Le Beige bronzer, cream bronzer. This is in the shade Tan Deep Bronze. So you can see I used it like once right there. It is not that deep. This is the deepest shade. Chanel got work to do when it comes to their shades. But yeah. So this is the deepest shade. So I am going to try and use it. Still got that fragrance though. Try to use some more of this because y'all, you're not supposed to hold on to your cream products that long anyway. It says that the shelf life of this is 12 months. It's been well over 12 months since I used this. Or not since I used it, because I used it this year, but since I purchased this. So I do need to show it some love. Same with the Say bronzer. This is the Say Natural Cream Bronzer in the shade Deep Bronze. And this is much deeper than that last one, right? And you can see, because typically I wasn't putting my brush in there. I was using a spoolie and putting it and smoothing it on. But then I started tired of that. So then I started just dipping my brush in here, which I hate doing because I don't think it's very sanitary, but whatever. So I want to get through this too. This again has a 12-month shelf life, and I bought this when it came out, and it's been out for a couple of years. So definitely need to show that some love. This YSL bronzer I just purchased. It is light, so it doesn't really show up on me, but it would be great to set those bronzers with, right? So that's why I kept it. I took it out. This is the All Hours Hyper Bronze, right? This is the deepest shade too. So YSL, I need you to come better than this. I love the packaging though. Come on now. Come now. This packaging is everything. Next, this is also to set the bronzer. This is messy, y'all, because look, I use this. This is the Dior Backstage Face and Body Powder, powder, no powder, powder, no powder. It's not really a bronzer. In the shade 6N. So I use 6 Neutral because it's darker, and it will come up as a bronzer if I wanted it to. But most of the time I was using this to deepen up other things. So like if I wanted to just use it, I could use these together and then you'll be able to see it, right? I can use this alone. You can, because it is, it's not like a cream to powder, but look at that nice shade. It's a nice bronzer shade. Like you're not gonna be able to see it on my hand like you can on my finger, right? But I love to set cream bronzer with it. So I have that. And then I pulled out my Chanel Le Beige bronzer in the shade Deep. Y'all gonna see when they say deep what they mean. I'll come closer in case y'all think it's a light, because it ain't the light, right? This is not really dark. And let me show y'all on the lightest part of my body. There you go. That's what you're getting. But this can set the Chanel or the Say bronzers, right? So the cream bronzers. So if you see here, that's kind of the theme, right? I have 3 powders, and it's really going to be used to set the 2 cream ones. So that is what the goal is. So now that we've talked about that, let me show you the blushes. Okay, 5 blushes. If you recall, the first one is a Gucci blush that I haven't touched since I purchased it last year in the shade Warm Berry. Y'all, why haven't I touched this blush? I don't know, probably because I got 159 million of them, but yes, yes, and yes. So I think it's a great shade for this time of the year, so I pulled it out to wear. Okay, this next one is the Dior Rosy Glow blush in the shade 006. I think it's 006 Berry. Yes, y'all. Yes. Yeah, another great shade for this time of the year. Then I went back into my blush drawer and looked for the old packaging of House Labs blushes and pulled this baby out. This is ACI Sky. Because if I want that pinkish look, that fuchsia look, I wanted something that color, because I have a couple of berries, but I wanted this, something like this. So I pulled this out. This is definitely one that I plan to get some use out of. Then I pulled my oldie but goodie out by Pat McGrath, and this is the shade Love Struck. This is another pinky shade that I love to wear, and it packs a punch, so you don't need much. But I haven't been paying much attention to the Pat McGrath blushes lately, so I said, let me pull one out. I was going to pull Paradise Venus. Actually, I did, but I pulled it back. I put it back. I said, you know what? No, we're going to do Love Struck this month. So that's that. And the last one is a brand new one, right, that I haven't worn yet, that I'm going to get use out of, and this is by Basma. And the shade is Cherry Red. This is bright, y'all. I don't know, but we're going to find out, okay? We're going to find out. We're going to use that this month, and we're going to see how this works on me. Okay? So those are all of the blushes. Now, the last thing we need to talk about before we get to eyeshadow is highlighter, okay? So I have barely touched this highlighter by Westman Atelier. It's in the shade Peau de Pêche, but it is a gorgeous highlighter. Look at that. It's almost like a putty like feel to it, but y'all see that? Come on, y'all. Y'all know y'all see that. It's so subtle, but you can try and build it up a little bit, but look at that. You see it? It's like a lovely, lovely lit from within shimmer. So I pulled that one out. Then I pulled out the Chantecaille Real Glow Eclat Sublime in Stella, if I'm saying that all right. Look at that shade. Look at that. It's gorgeous, but I have to touch it. So I love the packaging. Y'all know that Chantecaille has some great packaging. Then I chose, because remember, we only doing 5. So number 3 is the Dior Forever Illuminizer in shade 01 New Glow. It's a nice champagne shade. So that one. This next one is still my number one highlighter ever, right? I love this highlighter. I always will love this highlighter. This is by Natasha Denona. I Need a Nude Glow. Look at that. Y'all see that? Y'all, I don't care what look I had. If I just wanted to bling to the god, I would put this on. I love this so much and can't wait. I haven't touched it in I think I wore it one time this year, maybe twice. I used to wear it all the time. So I said, you know what, I'll put it away. So now I'm like, you know what, I'm going to wear it again and I'm going to love it. Now this next one, this is a lot of damn highlighter. And I got two. This one and the other shade. But this is by Chanel. This is in the shade Rose. Is this the one I really wanted? Yeah, I'm going to, even though I think I wanted to take gold out instead. But I think gold I'll do next month. But I don't want to mess that little bottle up. But we're going to see. But I love this highlighter. Even though this is more highlighter than one person would ever need. Nonetheless, I have it. Yes, yes, and yes. So, those are the highlighters. So, we went over foundation, concealer, powders, bronzers, blush, and highlighter. The last thing that we need to talk about are eyeshadows. So, what I chose to do was only use these three Visearts. Grand Pro 1, Grand Pro 2, and Grand Pro 3. Why? Why, Chris? Why would you limit yourself when you have all of these other highlighters? I mean, other eyeshadows. Well, the reason I'm doing that is because this is all I need to create almost any look for the whole month. And mind you, you guys know I'm going to be filming every single, like I'm going to be dropping videos every single day, right? And not just that, I have things on the weekends, etc. So you're kind of like, why would you limit yourself? And you're going to be wearing makeup almost every day this month. I'll show you why. So this is Grand Pro Volume 1. Let me just do this, right? And for those that don't, they're dangling me. This is an all matte palette. This has every color I can even think I need when it comes to transition shades, or that whole row right here is for if I need to smoke out any look. I can even use this blue, which is absolutely gorgeous if I wanted to, and that gray and that maroon. So I can do almost anything with this palette, right? If I want an all matte look, I can just come to this palette and achieve it. So considering that, do I really need to pull out other palettes? No, right? I'm not traveling for this month, so it's not like I got to worry about bringing this with me. So for me, it works. Then we have Volume 2, which is a little messy because it's all shimmer shades. But let me show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. This, what else I need, y'all? What else do I need? I got a little green, some blues. I got icy shades. I have pinks. I have oranges. I have purples. Like I have yellows. So this gives me what I need to go with Grand Pro 1. And if you're saying to yourself, wait, but what if you really want a different color matte that's not like a bright matte that's not in those two palettes? I'm going to show you. Volume 3, y'all. This is Volume 3. If it ain't in there, it's in here. Okay, so let's say I wanted to do some color look, right? And I wanted a red and a green. I got it. I want an orange. I got it. A yellow. I got it. You want the blues? Boom. So I literally don't need any of my other palettes. Viseart has one of the best eyeshadow consistencies or formulas I have in my collection. Between them, Natasha Denona, and Pat McGrath, I really don't need anything else. If I did not have a large collection, or somebody said you can only keep 3 brands, those would be the 3 brands. Everything Viseart, everything Natasha, everything Pat, you can take the rest. And that's on everything right there. That's it, and that's all. So, y'all, this is the only 3 palettes for the month that I will be using for the month of December. These are the only products that I'll be using. Now, my disclaimer is, if anybody drops a last minute palette, okay, during the month of December, yes, I might work with that on a video or whatever as a bonus video. But other than that, these are my go-tos. So Y'all, let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are around this, and if it's something you think you can do is only sticking to the certain products for a whole month, 30 days, 31 days. Are you able to do that? Or do you find yourself, you know, I'm trying to be disciplined, or do you find yourself still wanting to pull for something different? Let me know down in the comments. And listen, everyone, I hope everyone is being safe, had a great Thanksgiving. I also hope that everyone is preparing for whether it's their Kwanzaa, their Christmas, their Hanukkahs, etc. Or even if you don't celebrate any of the holidays, I just hope that everybody is still being safe, being happy, okay, because that's really what this is about. And sometimes this time of the year is not happy for everyone. So I hope that everybody enjoys Vidmas as we begin the month. And with all of that being said, stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned, and I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. Bye, y'all.